In class, we learned that broad averaging is quite simple. We simply use broad averages to allocate costs uniformly regardless of how they are actually incurred. This is also known as peanut butter costing. Now for an example. WG provides tax advice. WG charges clients for direct professional time on an hourly rate and for support services, which are 30% of direct professional costs billed. Here we are asked to determine what WG would have billed to Sacramento and London if support services were billed at 30% of professional labor costs. In this example, support costs are broadly averaged against direct professional costs. Now for our data. As you can see, here we have listed our hours per client and also the billing rate per hour for each client. We will start off with Sacramento. As you can see, we allocated $10,500 of direct professional costs. Here, we came up with this number by multiplying the 21 times the 500. Now for Brown, we came up with 840. That would come from the 4 being multiplied by 210. And for Alonzo, we came up with 2,100, which would be 30 multiplied by 70. Now, we would also do the same for London Dominion. As you can see, here, Wong only required 3 hours at the same rate of $500, which gave us our $1,500. And we do the same for the rest. Brown used 11 hours at $210 per hour, giving us $2,310. And for Alonzo, here now we had 41 hours multiplied by 70 each hour, giving us 2,870. Now, for our support costs, now we need to do a little bit of more math. As stated previously, support costs are 30% of our direct professional costs. So, and I will bring out the calculator just to verify our numbers. We would start off with Wong for Sacramento. We take 10,500 and multiply that by 30%. That gives us our 3,150. And when we add the two, we get 13,650. Now we take the 840 times 30%. That gives us 252, which we would simply add together and we would get $1,092. Now for Alonzo, we take 2,100 times 30%, and that again gives us 630. Now when we add the two, we get 2,730, which is the amount that we're going to bill to the clients. And we do the same for London Dominion. So Wong had $1,500 in professional costs. We multiply that by 30. That gives us $450, where we just simply add them together. Now we can do Brown and Alonzo together. So Brown had 2,310 times 30%. That gave us 693. And then Alonzo had 2,870 times 30. And that gives us $861. After we add them together, we see that Brown used $3,003 and that Alonzo got an amount billed of $3,731. Here, we allocated our support costs broadly, and as we can see, the professional costs weren't necessarily direct for each client.